Hey guys. Alright, so today we're going to talk about solving quadratics by graphing and factoring. So what I wanted to start with are some notes. So roots are the solutions of the quadratic equation, okay? And one method to find the roots is to find the zeros. So I want you to know that zeros are our x-intercepts. So when we talk about roots and zeros, I want you to think about, oh, they're the same thing. We call them roots when we're talking about an equation, and we call them zeros when we're looking at a graph. But they are both the x-intercepts, okay? So solutions of a quadratic equation. So I'm looking for x-intercepts. So if your parabola hits the x-axis, you will have one real solution. So that's a solution for that parabola. This is a solution for that parabola. Okay? When you have a parabola that looks like this and it crosses twice, there are two real solutions. And if your parabola does not cross at all, then there is no real solutions. Okay? And so we have steps to find our zeros by factoring. Okay? So our step one, here's our example. We're going to do x squared minus 8x plus 12. Okay? So the very first step is to set it equal to 0. So all I did was I wrote my polynomial and I wrote equals 0. The next step is to factor it completely. So with a trinomial, we know we have two parentheses. Okay? We're looking for factors of 12 that add to get negative 8. So it's a negative 6 and a negative 2. So when we add them, we go, okay, negative 6x is here, a negative 2x is here, added together give me a negative 8x. Okay, then we're going to apply the zero property, the zero product property. And that's basically just taking your factors that you have in step 2 and you're going to set them equal to 0. And then all we do is solve. Okay? So when we solve for zeros, we are factoring it and then setting our factors equal to 0. Okay? So let's try a couple examples. We are going to try f of x equals x squared minus 7x plus 6. Oh, let me move that down a little bit so you can see it. All right, so trinomial, I know I'm going to have two parentheses. So I'm looking at factors of 6 that add to get 7. Okay, so that's going to be 6 and 1. And I know that my first two terms have to multiply to get x squared, so they're both going to be x. I need them to add to get a negative 7 and multiply to get a positive. So I know they both have to be negative. Okay? So this is, we just factored it. Okay? And now we have two factors. When they ask us to solve or find the zeros, you are going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve for it. And you are done. You just found your zeros, which are also called your x-intercepts, which are also called roots. They are all the same thing. Okay? All right, let's try another one. We are going to have, let's see. This is one. I know students always get stumped with ones like these. Okay? So remember, when factoring, we always want to look for our GCF, our greatest common factor. What factors do they share? Well, I see they both have x's, so I'm going to take an x away, and I'm left with x plus 4. Okay? This is fully factored. Okay? I can't factor anymore, so I'm going to set my factors equal to 0. Now, if it has a variable, it gets set equal to 0. Okay? So you have two. You have a negative 4. And this x over here, it's a variable, so I set it equal to 0 as well. All right. Good luck, guys.